take a look at my life and see what I see. Come take a look at my mind and be where I be. Breathe what I breathe, fresh motherfucking air. As you can see, I'm the freshest motherfucker here.
What's going on? It's the Kid Daytona right here. Who's this guy?
6 cents.
It's a free project right now. It's something I decided to do because I felt like my music needed to get out there. I felt like more people needed to recognize what I was bringing to the table as far as like records and what I wanted to do in the sound I wanted to come across with. I met 6 Cents and he kind of like put the project together. He produced, didn't you produce 8 joints? 8 out of the 14 joints.
Both my mother and my father, his angels in the sky, and it's like I touch them every time that I rhyme.
My mom passed away when I was 3, and then my dad, when she passed, you could kind of say that he passed along with her because he just, you know, he never was the same again. And so that's why I went to live with my grandmother. And then, you know, my dad passed a couple of years later. And from then, I always felt like I had somebody watching over me because anytime I ever try to do something illegal or anytime I ever did somebody dirty or anything, like, I always got caught. And I always felt like I had somebody looking out for me. I have conversations with my mom and my dad on a daily basis, you know, to like just lead me through and to show me the right way. And that's what I meant by that, like both my mother and my father's angels in the sky looking down on me and helping me out in this path. It was crazy because that all came about at South by Southwest. Like, we was at, I forget which venue it was, but I got introduced to him by my homie Dan Salamito. He was like, yo, Bun B, this is Daytona, and then he looked at Dan like, yo, say his name right, it's the Kid Daytona. We had a conversation and he let me know that he respected what I was doing. And he was like, yo, you know, take my number. I got back to 6. I'm like, yo, we need to join with Bun. You know what I mean? He picked this crazy steel pan sample, and I'm West Indian, so I know all about that. It got me hyped, and then it was like the crazy slow flow joint. And I did it, and we just decided to call it Airborne because of the way that I was writing the record. It was just like, I was like drinking and then just putting down whatever was on my mind on the record, and it just sent it over to Bun, and Bun sent it right back. He did some ill, like, OG pimp shit on it. And yo, it just came across so ill. And a lot of people say, yo, your production is crazy. You know, like, my production is crazy because those are the beats that I picked to rhyme on. I know, you know, what I'm gonna sound ill over. And that just comes from just my musical influence and growing up.
I know I love you better.
Around the time Mick Boogie was doing the honor roll, and De La was one of the honorees that year. So I had that track. I kind of started that track for another group, and I don't know what happened. I even came up with the interpolation on the chorus to kind of sing it that way and throw the whistling. You know, it's pretty much all the elements from the original De La I Know are there in some form. From, you know, the synth is like the horns, and there's the whistles, and you know, my man Mike Maven kind of replacing Steely Dan, and it just kind of goes from there. So it's just basically like that. I knew it'd be perfect for Tone and everything.
Honestly, I ain't have a job since Summer Youth.
What was that job?
In Summer Youth, right? It's crazy. I was 15 years old, and I was helping like people that just came into the country, like you know, people that couldn't really like speak English or know about technology, and they were in BCC, Bronx Community College, and I'm 15 years old helping out these, you know, from anywhere from 18 to 30-year-old students, you know, teaching them about the computers and stuff, and that was my last job. $5.50 an hour.
Contact was something that I had in the vaults for a while. I had a deal with Raucus a couple years ago, and
Is that old?
it's that old, yeah. And it had a sample in it. She had to be Belgian or something, or not Belgian, Portuguese.
Something crazy.
Belgian.
And then
She's Portuguese, and she said, "Conta." And I was just going through old stuff, and he came over one night, and I just played the drums to it.
And I was
like, I know you're looking for something like this. I know that this is what you need and you want to do. And he went crazy. I had Jet Audio had lent me his motif, and I played the horns and the bass line, and you know, we decided we knew then that Cardinal had to be on it. And actually, when the day we went to go mix it, I didn't mix that record. We were in Midtown. Steve Sola, he did all the Mobb Deep stuff. Quiet Storm on.
What are we gonna do the vocals in now? Over to my man Steve.
I'm kind of glad he fucked up because I get to record Daytona.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad.
And I brought in a sax and a trumpet player to replay.
So I sound
We
so
play
like
everything.
live.
James and John, James Casey and John. They you know, I was like, just please replay. They boom knocked it out, and that record is 138 BPMs. It's like you think of all the fast records that are hot. Oh yeah, it could go with that. No, this is faster.
Cause this ain't nothing but a groove, baby.
The groove just came about, you know, I was in the studio with Deputy, and I'm like, and he don't like I'm like, yo, Deputy makes some futuristic shit like that, some crazy stuff. It was a program that just had the drums. It's a drum, and then it's a flanged cymbal or whatever, and it just was crazy. And then he put the bass line, boom, boom, boom. From there, it was over the horns, and I had the record done, and then Mickey Fax came to mind. I only wanted a 16 from him. Mickey came through and just rapped for the rest of the beat, and he killed it, you know what I mean? And yeah, and there you have it. That's the groove right there. There's a story to each and every last record on this album. You know what I mean? Like how it came about, every single record, and it seems like a chapter, like in a book or whatever. Come about. It's kind of ill as you're asking me these questions. Yo, what's good? It's the Kid Daytona, chilling with the homie Jerry, Non-Factor. What it is, BX, Community Juice.
What up? It's 6 Cents, aka Phil Jackson of hip hop, aka Smuggy Bear, aka I never do AKAs. Chilling out here on Non-Factor. Scotty!